Hello, I'm Rythian, and this is a Heroes of Newerth quick tip. Today we're going to go over warding. And who better to ward than Magebane? Because Magebane is awesome. Well, that and he's fast. Okay, in the last episode I showed you that this ward is pretty good. The reason this ward is pretty good is because you see all of the river, including where the rune spawns. Not only that, if you see we go away from this place, we see that we still have vision all here. So no matter if you're Legion, you're chilling in here, or if you're Hellborn, you see if people try to come around and gank you. Mainly what you ward for in the first, say, 10-15 minutes of the game is the rune wards. And there are different places you can rune ward, and since people know that, there are also different places you can get rid of them. So now we need to figure out where to put the rune. We have the classic, which is this hill, right here. That'll get us the vision of the rune without any problems. It'll also give you, so you can see here on the minimap, a fairly wide room over here, and if anyone tries to move around, we'll see them. However, since it's not quite on the hill here, you don't see over here. If you are Hellborn, they could be useful. If you don't want this one, we can also have this one on the hill here, which has a similar sort of idea. The benefit this one has, of course, is that most people, when they try to catch the bottom rune by placing down a Revelation Ward, they put it like this. Because this Revelation Ward will see both this hill and this little hill, which is also a common place. So if they pop that down and then drop their ward of their own, say here-ish, they still won't see your ward here. So keep that in mind a lot of times, that the most common ward spots, this hill, and on the other side this hill, and maybe to like a little bit of lesser degree maybe this and this, people know these, and that's why they will place the Revelation Ward so they can see your wards. We also have, as I showed you before, the rune places. However, this is pretty handy. We have a rune here so we can see exactly how far we need to be able to see it. First of all, we have the classic spot, which is this hill. Of course, place this one there. You have pretty decent vision around here. You can even see over here and so on. Other than that, you have this hill, which if we then kill this one, you can see we still have good vision. You can see the little hill here and so on. A little bit. We also have up here, which you need to make sure you place it on the very edge, about there. That'll give us just about vision for the rune. And on the other hand, it will also give us this entire area and on a bit of the river. Hell, we even get to see vision of the creep camp here. So quite useful, this ward. You can see if anyone's there in the jungle and so on. And on another note, it's actually again place not a lot of people drop their rev wards. Generally they'll pop the rev wards up here to try to catch the ward, or possibly if they want to be smart about it, they might try to place it here so that you get both the edge there and the edge there. Still, you won't catch that one, which is very good one, so keep that one in mind. So these are the rune ones, but the later the game goes, rune wards won't really be the big deal anymore. You want more useful areas. There's another area, by the way, which also kind of gives you the rune, which is this one, right at the very edge here. This one will not only give us vision of the Legion Ancients, but also vision of the rune. So this is quite useful, just to keep around. And people know about this one, so expect it to be revealed. And you might want to have to go and get ready for it. However, see, late game, what you want is, if you are on the attack, you want to make sure their jungle is warded so that you can get in and gank them. You want to prevent them from getting any sort of farm at all. Good places for this is right here. This one doesn't actually block any view, so it's not an issue. If you have that one down, you see this entire area. You see people coming in from this side, coming here, coming here, coming here. But we've learned, of course, from all the runes, that hill is always good. So this one is a classic. Up on this hill. Gives us immense vision. Very useful too, but generally not a huge deal unless you're specifically trying to catch this or this jungle camp, or until late game when you're pushing and you want to see people moving around here, or when you're trying to take this tower. Or when you suspect the enemy is trying to take that tower. This is for the Hellborn jungle, of course. We also have in this place, again, you can drop down a ward here and then cut down this tree, and you have a lot of movement, which will really help you see if anyone's trying to come gank you, or if you want to come gank anyone. In the Legion jungle, we have the opposing hill, which is over here. Serves the same sort of role as this hill does for Hellborn. You got a lot of vision around this area, and it's particularly useful for this tower. We have this little hill. Doesn't seem like much at first, but it is actually quite useful. Even though it seems like a tiny area, it does have people coming from all three directions, so you see if they're moving around in the jungle. Otherwise you have the big wide open spot in here, always good. And this, of course, that I showed you before. It shows all these. Hellborn nations are harder to properly ward because you have to specifically ward for them. You can try over here. If you place it right in the edge this way, you can see a little bit into the secret shop and towards the ancients, but it's not immense. I mean, you do see until there, but there's a reed blocking the way and so on. Now, Kongor is a big deal. When you see someone do Kongor, you want to stop them as much as possible. Now, there are different ways to ward him. One of them is quite simply just flat out a ward inside. That's pretty much the easiest, the most straightforward way. You can just place one. You'll instantly see when they do it. However, people know that easily, so it's not a big deal for them to just ward there and take him out. Generally, you just want to ward kind of this area, then you can at least see them moving in. So you can get this little edge here. This kind of shrunk in there, but it's fine. We also have just the standard rune wards. We'll also see a lot of Kongor pit, but again, rune wars not always necessarily what you want to do. If you want one that's very rarely counter warded, you have one right on this edge. If you place it right at the very edge and facing, say, about southwest from the skull, you get a vision of all of these, and it's very rare that this one get counter warded. Similar to the other hills we have on the other lanes, we have this little hill up here, which also, again, you see shitloads and good for assaulting this sort of tower. Again, people know about this, so expect this to get counter warded, but you can still deal with it. And on the other side of the map, this used to be easier before, but now you have the big giant Irasiah face, which you can use and you can ward on, but you have to make sure you get it just in the correct position, because you don't want to place it here, where it sees nothing, or anywhere nearby. You need to make sure it's on the very top, and to reach the very top you need to move quite close, so you can place it here. Then again, you see high enough, it's above all the trees, so you get really good vision around here. And that's most of the common ward spots that you'll be using, pretty much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.